Evet sevgili dostlarım, kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. En son ışınlanma platformunu inşa etmiştik. Artık Enstitünün içerisine doğru yol alabiliriz.
Status report. The Institute is a huge unknown. Before we can make any plans, you need to do something. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. It's time you learn about Patriot.
I like the name. Sounds encouraging.
There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him, so we gave him the code name, Patriot. If your plan works, and you're able to get inside the Institute, we need you to make contact.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them. Can you do that? Can you be our agent on the inside?
Bring it on.
You can do this. I believe in you. Stand on the platform and I'll give you the holotape. Just plug it into any Institute terminal and wait for the reply. Tom, talk to me.
Booting up the scan. This frequency is only going to work once. You know who doesn't make the same mistake twice. We're gonna have to cut a few corners with the scan.
Evet, platforma çıkacağız.
So stand still. You gotta lock in all those molecules of yours. Hopefully we won't miss any. There's only, 60 trillion of them. All right, feeding our baby some juice. Let's see what she's got.
Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Tom, do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Come on, I think I got it. Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information you can. About synths, about the Institute's plans. Find their weaknesses. If we can disable or destroy the Institute, we may have to do it. You jack that holotape into any terminal and Patriot will make contact. He has to.
Got the RF. We got it.
Find a way to save them. Nobody else can.
Now.
Dostlarım, ışınlanmayı başardık. Şu an Enstitünün içerisindeyiz.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, Daddy's gone, but I'm here. Mommy's here now.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. Mommy's here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your mother. To talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now.
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Dad. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
Doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
I won't be a part of this. I can't.
Why? Because of the reputation of the Institute. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Your institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, well, the world is not what it used to be. What about the people you've aided in order to get here? What atrocities have they committed? The Brotherhood of Steel. They believe they're the only ones fit to control technology and destroy anyone who opposes them. And you would side with them. None have any true claim to nobility in this world. Those days are gone. But we are not the monsters we have been cast at. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Evet dostlarım. Oğlumuzla artık buluştuk. Olay şundan ibaret. Biz zaman akışını tam kestiremediğimizden aradan bir 60 yıl geçmiş. Oğlumuz enstitü tarafından yetiştirilmiş ve buranın başındaki adama dönüşmüş. Aslına bakarsanız diyaloglardan fark ettiyseniz daha çok şey yapmaya çalıştım. Hani Enstitünün bu görev serisini almamaya çalıştım ama oyun biraz zorluyor bizi o yöne doğru. Power Armor'umuz burada kalsın. Yani enstitüde tanışmamızı istedikleri kişiler var.
Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
Gidelim bilim adamlarıyla tanışalım.
Bet it's pretty boring down here compared to up there.
Sonrasında görevimize devam ederiz. Bu enstitünün de görevlerine dahil olabiliyorsunuz. Ama şöyle bir şey oluyor. Yani enstitünün görevlerini yaparken daha fazla katliam dışında başka bir şey görmüyorsunuz. Yani bu size kalmış. Ben en başından beri söyledim Railroad'u kullanacağım diye. Görev gereği de bir tane terminale girmemiz lazım anladığım kadarıyla.
Unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, now That's all for now. You can resume your duties.
I've heard stories. The
No
surface
visible
sure
reaction to
sounds
the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical.
After what I've been through, a checkup is probably a good idea.
I should think so. Who knows what you might have been exposed to? How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself. I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job.
Şimdi bu görevleri bir şey yapalım. Şunları bir halledelim önce. Railroad'un bu başındaki adamlarla, yani her bölümün karşısında bir adam var.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up
Hey,
this
Doc.
primary
You
drive
weren't
servo.
kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I guess I just wasn't ready to die yet.
Oh, that's understandable. The will to survive is the most basic human instinct. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here, not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know.
Excuse me.
Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so...
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity.
Here we go. All set.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Adamlar enstitünün içerisinde goril bile üretmeyi başarmışlar.
While we must be close to 10 years old now, it's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
There's still people and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
Tam bir labirente andırıyor burası. Buradan da çıkıyoruz herhalde. Yo. Neyse.
We're all looking forward to working with
Excuse me, Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I'll reserve judgment until I know more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything more exciting than fake gorillas.
Speaking only for myself, I find them fascinating. Of course, I might be a little biased. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
Bunlar buraya güzel bir ütopya kurmuşlar.
True food supplement 77 has been discontinued.
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
Ama yani sadece kendileri yaşıyorlar.
I will be happy to forward your request to the policy.
Oyun bu noktada size bir seçim hakkı sunuyor. Bildiğim kadarıyla enstitüyü seçerseniz diğer bütün fraksiyonları yok ediyorsunuz.
What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
I get the impression you don't want me here.
What I want, in this case, is largely irrelevant. Father gave his orders. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that will come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Sleep is such a waste of time. I'd rather be designing more efficient plasma emitters.
Rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend...
I'm heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Pardon me, ma'am.
I hear we're about to get as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Very well.
Şimdi bu gördüğünüz ekranlarda birçok yerin görüntüsü var. Olay şu. Enstitü bu yüzeyde gördüğünüz kargalardan görüntü sağlıyor.
Did I turn off the interferometer?
Yani hepsi aslında Enstitünün bir ajanı.
You're here. Glad you made it.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you.
Bu Destromain şeyin Railroad'un başkanının bize verdiği bir görev vardı. İşin açığı onun yerini arıyorum da. Görev açıklamasına bir bakalım. Pek bir şey anlamadım da anladığım kadarıyla bu şeyi bir terminale yüklemek gerekiyor.
Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Feels like this project has been going on for months.
It's an honor to have you here, ma'am.
Acaba holotape'i bize verdi mi? Çünkü çok hızlı ayrıldık oradan.
You know I can't talk about that. Good to see you.
All this must be a little overwhelming for you.
Hangisiydi lan acaba?
Job you might be interested in. You know about Jamaica Plain, right? Place where they hid all that treasure before the war. No one's ever found it, account of all the ghouls. Sal's putting together a raid team. We still need a sniper, even splitting the loot. You up for it? If so, you know where to find me.
Haha, yanlışlıkla oyun açtım. Neyse artık geri döneriz. Yapabileceğimiz bir şey yok. Muhtemelen bu Railroad'un patronu bize holotape'i vermedi. Artık gir çık yapmamız basit zaten. Çok zor değil.
Your presence here is a great gift, not just to Father, but to all of us.
Şimdi şeyimizi alalım, power armor'umuzu bulalım. Tabi nereye koyduyduk o ayrı konu. Heh. İyi, bizim eleman burada zaten. Şuraya koymuşuz.
I apologize for any...
That's it.
disruptions that my work might cause you.
Biz buradan gelmiştik. Şimdi merak ettiğim bir konu var. Hani şey yapabiliyoruz mu acaba? Şimdi bunlar bize bir çip taktılar. Ha.
Can't pick this.
Burada kaldık şimdi. Ne yapacağız? Evet, bu görevi de anladım. Oradaki holotape'i yüklemek gerekiyormuş. Network Scanner diye bir holotape var. Onu yükledikten sonra bu Railroad'un görevinde ilerleyebiliyorsunuz. Şimdi zaten yeri belli oldu. Bir tane ajanları var içeride. Şimdi onunla tanışmaya gideceğiz.
I bet Dr. Thompson would love to take that power armor apart and get a look at the inner workings.
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The railroad? As in the railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You've saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths at once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense. I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
Ajanımız buymuş. Onu takip etmemizi istedi.
Good. He's here. Z-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z-1. She's a friend. She's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
Trust is a two-way street.
Excuse me. I must focus on my duties.
She's not from here. She's been helping our synths escape on the surface. It's safe.
If you insist we speak in front of her, do so quickly.
Right now. How many synths want to escape, Z-1?
The ones I know for certain. 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Just a few high-security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
I'll find it for you.
That's great. Unfortunately, the obvious place to look won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the railroad. I need those login credentials.
Bu adamların elinde kaçmak isteyen 13 tane sint varmış. Ama güvenlik önlemleri anladığım kadarıyla sıkı ve eski. Bizden bir kod ve şifre istiyor. Şimdi bu geldiğimiz yere ışınlanabiliyor muyuz? Onu merak ediyorum. Yok maalesef. Eski usul çıkacağız. Anladığım kadarıyla. Gene aynı yere gidelim. Power Armor'la ortalıkta gezinmek biraz garip oluyor. Yani bunlara göre bayağı güçlüyüz şu an. Yani burada tek başımıza istediğimizi yapabiliriz. Yani savaş muhabında. Sadece o savaşçı robotlar bize sıkıntı çıkartabilir. Buradan çıkabiliyor muyuz? Bakalım. Yani bir buton falan yok.
Child synth. It's just remarkable.
Hoş. Dışarı çıkmayı başardık. Şimdi görevimize bir bakalım. Tabii gene aynı yere mi gideceğiz? Bir dakika. Yo, Railroad'un merkezine gidecekmişiz. Enstitüye direkt ışınlanabiliyoruz anladığım kadarıyla. Yani bu oyunda bir yerden başka bir yere ışınlanamıyorduk. Gene bir şey deneyeceğim. Yok maalesef. Evet, oraya doğru yol alalım.
You didn't sound certain yesterday. It is really, really good to see you. Did it work? Did you make it inside the Institute?
I met with the leader of the Institute. And it turns out, he's my son.
What? Wasn't he just a little boy?
I'm just glad he's alive.
I know it wasn't the reunion you were hoping for, but I'm happy you got to see him all the same. Besides meeting your boy, did you meet Patriot too? Did Tom's holotape work?
I met Patriot. His name is Liam Benet.
I knew you'd get the job done. We need every scrap of intel you picked up in there. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After you're done, we'll analyze it and figure out the next step. Get to it.
How do you even fit down here in that? You really walk the Freedom Trail? By yourself?
Ana merkeze geri geldik. Buradaki terminale bilgileri yüklememizi istiyorlar.
My data indicates Mercer safe reward.
Damn it!
Preliminary analysis complete.
Not your fault, I know. Anything we need to move on?
Affirmative. Codename Patriot requires admin credentials for Code Defender security software. Cross-indexing CIT security administrators with 2077 Commonwealth Census records. Filtering by surviving structures. One match found. Bergman, Wilfred. Bergman, Wilfred. Registered as co-owner of Cambridge Polymer Labs. Estimated 81% chance of login credentials being located at this facility.
Thanks, Pam.
Complement detected. Analysis irrelevant.
After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
Bu synth'leri kaçırabilmemiz için bir tane koda ihtiyacımız vardı. Hatırlarsanız söylemiştik. Onu almamızı istiyorlar. Oyunu burada kaydedeceğim. Sonrasında video kaydını da sonlandıracağım. Diğer kayıtta görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın.